Hey, what's up, gamers? Well, another new game release, another trip to ye old GameStop, right? But what's inside? What lies inside the bag, I wonder? Oh, whoa, Splatoon Raiders! Yes! Alright, I'm very excited to check this out for sure, yeah. So yeah, this game just came out. I thought it would be fun to do a quick little like first impressions kind of video, unboxing sort of thing. And my goal here today is not to get into like the modern discourse or anything. I don't want to talk trash about Nintendo. I'm not here to determine whether or not this game is worth it. I'm just here because I'm excited about this game and I just want to share it with all you. So that's all this is. Don't look too much into it. Don't look too deep, all right? So here is the front of the box, looking very nice. And here is the back side. I'm not gonna bother trying to read this backwards on my camera, but yeah, you can see what's yeah. Yeah. All right, I will now commence the removal of the plastic. That's right. I'm diminishing this game's value by 100%. Yeah, man, it's always gonna give me a little trouble. I should have just gotten a knife, bro. Whoa! Yeah! All right, I got it open. Now let's take a look at the inside of the box. I'm very curious to see if they kept with the theme of having like reversible covers, because Splatoon 2 and 3 had reversible covers, and I just love that sort of thing. So let's take a look. Does that look reversible to you? Well, I'm not seeing any side label. That's a little disappointing. I mean, whatever, dude. I feel like I'm just looking for things to complain about, but like, I don't know. Would have been nice. Would have been nice if they kept with the theme of having reversible covers. This one unfortunately does not. But we got some pretty cool artwork here of like weapon blueprints. That's kind of neat. Now, of course, with every new Splatoon game, there's always a new wave of Splatoon amiibos, and this game is no different. We got 3 new amiibos of the Big Cut gang, Shiver Fry, and Big Man himself. Yes, I love him. So there is Shiver, looking very nice. Nintendo has really been making some great looking amiibos recently. Like the level of detail on these is insane. I mean, just look at all the texturing, the different pieces, everything's just so intricately designed. It's very nice. And of course I saved the best for last, Big Man. Yeah. He's by far the best Squid Sister, hands down. Really no competition. Oh shit, he's got like wires on him. So wow, I mean, this guy's huge, and like, yeah, you can see he's being held down by these wires here, so I'm gonna have to get rid of these real quick. Okay. Wow, I mean, this is humongous, dude. Look at this guy. He's got like this backpack strapped onto him. That feels really nice. I like this little like gotcha, what do you call this, like a Tamagotchi, kind of looks like that. He's got a walkie-talkie. I mean, he's all dripped out and geared up, dude. I love it. It looks like his like skin color changed too. I don't know why they did that, but okay. Maybe there's a reason for that. And here are the new amiibos side by side with the original Big Cut amiibos. I thought the new ones were a bit bigger, but they actually look to be pretty similar in size. All right, without further ado, let's get into the game. A new update, really? All right. Okay. All right, okay. Why not, right? Difficulty? Oh, no, they didn't. I gotta go hard mode, right? I mean, I'm an epic gamer, of course. Okay, just jumping right into it. This is, I've noticed this with a lot of new Nintendo games. They just kind of like get straight into the action. No title screen or nothing. Which is, I guess it's kind of cool. Dude, I love the setting. This is like Bermuda Triangle type. Whoa. Hey! Right off the bat, I love this. This is trying to be like, this is like so much more cinematic than what we've seen with Splatoon before. I hope this is the meaty single player experience I've been looking for. This looks promising. Okay, I think that looks good. Let's try this out. Get some resources and don't fall in the ocean. So yeah, obviously this is nothing new, I guess. Just, you know, just typical Splatoon kind of stuff. Already the environment looks a lot better than like the previous campaign modes in the other games. Like a lot of those were just kind of, it's like, you know, floating blocks in space kind of thing. But this looks a lot more natural. I like this. I like it. I think this shall get my seal of approval. Uh-oh. Who put all this mustard here, bruh? We gotta blast away the nacho cheese with my Listerine. Here we go. Or like, what is this, toothpaste probably? Can I ride this? What? What? No way! Uh-oh, we got some salmonids. Oh, salmon and nacho cheese, bro. That sounds nasty as hell. I know they'd come up there. Oh, big man, where would I be without you? What does that do? Oh, mysterious shards, yes. I don't know what these do, but I like collecting things. What's up here? This is a secret for sure. Most assuredly, secretive secrets. Yes. Woohoo! Oh, I can like recover ink and shoot and stuff. Wow, okay. Maybe I shouldn't be that impressed by that, but like that's kind of cool, dude. That's kind of cool. Whoa, that's a big one. Almost as big as a big man. I'm about to clown this guy, bruh. Oh, what's he doing? Did he just burp? All right, buddy. You're done. Ooh, okay, all right. Salmonids drop weapons. All right. Yeah. Oh, it's kind of quiet around here. What is that? What could it be? It's the Big Man machine, bro. Isn't that what Big Man rides in? All right, we did it, gang. Bro, is Deep Cut even doing anything, or are they just like... They're just like having me do all the grunt work. All right, we got a new gun from last level. Okay, well, let's try this. Next level, here we go. Dang. Well, he's dead. Precision yeeting. Oh. All right, well, apparently yeeting has entered the Nintendo dialect now. I mean, I ain't mad about it. It's kind of funny. Oh yeah. Big Man is unlocking 5% of his potential right now, dude. He's powering up. You know, I had some talking points. I wanted to talk a little bit about modern gaming and like just modern discourse on the internet in general. Ah! No, Big Man! Big Man! Yeah, so I wrote down some notes of things I want to talk about, so I'm not just rambling as much as I love to ramble. You know, I guess what prompted this is like this game just came out, I wanted to talk about it, and come over here and jump. Oh. Oh. Whoa, dude, okay. You know, it feels like there's just way too much like negativity and anger on the internet these days. And I'm starting to get a little fatigued of like the YouTube gaming space. And you know what kind of made me want to talk about this is because I've seen a lot of other people like noticing kind of like a shift in the internet landscape, in the gaming landscape, and just everything. And you know, in particular today, I actually saw, I watched a video from Jacksepticeye called Important. Which I'd highly recommend checking out. It's a very good, just little discussion about like, you know, how divided people have become and and just how it feels like everyone's just angry at each other, right? And you know, I think the sad thing is that like hatred and anger and resentment just breeds more hatred, and so it's very easy to like see people getting angry online, and then, you know, you want to get angry at them, someone said something. It's like, part of the reason I would never fault people for this is because like I don't really see it as just pure anger or hatred. I think at its core, what a lot of people are feeling is fear. And sometimes when people are afraid, they do stupid things, and they do things they regret, and they like can't trust things, they can't trust people, and it's sad, really. I mean, showstopper gauge. Whoa. Okay, so this is like the special move, basically. Whoa, 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 shit! That's what I was saying, you know, I think most of all, people are afraid of being authentic these days. You know, everyone's afraid. Like, the last thing you want is to like post, you know, some video where you're just talking about something you like, and the next thing you know, you got 100 people in your comment section calling you cringe, you know? People love throwing that word around. It's like the ultimate insult these days. Well, guess what? I don't care. You can call me cringe all you want. I fully acknowledge that a lot of what I do and say is going to be perceived as cringe, and that's totally fine. Matter of fact, like, I think everyone is a little bit cringy deep down. And by that, what I really mean when I say everyone's a little cringy is, I mean, everyone has a true, authentic self. And I think, ironically, by pretending you're not cringe, and by trying to push down your true self, that actually makes you the cringiest person imaginable. Because then you're no longer living for yourself, you're just following trends, you're just performing because you don't want people to think you're cringe or something. Like, that's so stupid. Damn, they take a lot of hits. Oh! Oh my god, where did you come from? Where the... Oh my goodness, okay. Treasure, oh, we got it. Bruh. Oh my goodness! Whoa, whoa. Man, this is why single player games are better. Alright, take back what I said about them not doing anything. Oh, she just is a shark tamer. I guess that was like... Is that information we knew already? I don't know. Ooh, treasure. Ah, yes. So we did, right, we saw this in the direct. Okay, I mean, just, okay, my style of gameplay, dude, I feel like I'd have the most fun with this. Ooh. Actually, I think I'm gonna get the blast boost. This looks sick. Oh, that's a pretty generous cooldown. Okay. Okay. Oh, I like that. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Hold on. 3, 2, 1. Ah! Yeah. Woohoo! That's nice. Oh, is that the shark? Look at that. Ooh. He's just hanging out. They didn't have to put that shark there, but they did. Okay, so we got other specials we could do here. Shark bite, I mean, yes please, let's try that. Like I was saying, you know, I think the internet just doesn't feel very authentic anymore. Especially in the YouTube gaming space, it's just too easy to like make a sensationalized video about like, oh, modern gaming is doomed, or like, oh, gaming isn't fun anymore. But yeah, it's just too easy to make like a sensationalized video where you're basically just regurgitating what other people are saying online instead of actually contributing to the conversation. You know, I gotta wonder like how these people even have a following, like, you know, the Nintendo grifters and all that. It's like who is... Like, who wakes up in the morning and they're like, oh, dude, Nintendo Land just posted a new video. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Like, sorry, this isn't to start drama or anything, but I'm just saying, like, it feels, you know, I feel like these guys could make better, authentic content. but like, I don't know, it feels like maybe YouTube just doesn't really reward that, right? So they're just kind of doing whatever's easiest, whatever's gonna get clicks. And I really can't fault them for that at the end of the day. But you know, like back in the early days of YouTube, if you've been around here for a while, you know that it used to be a much different landscape. And like, you know, even if you look back at like the very first YouTube video, that guy at the zoo, just talking about elephants. Like, there's no script, it's unpolished, you know, he's not doing anything crazy or doing some crazy stunt or talking about a trend or something. He's just sharing something that he likes. And you know, I'd be willing to bet like $1,000 if that video was posted today, he would get thousands of people just calling him cringe in the comments. And you know, if you are afraid of people calling you cringe, just remember, like, it says more about the people saying that than it says about you. Like, the fact that they have nothing better to do than go online and call people cringe. And with specific regards to like the gaming sphere on YouTube, yeah, I mean, like everything else, it just doesn't feel like authentic anymore. It feels like you can't even like trust a lot of these people. Yeah, I don't know, modern gaming discourse just feels very fake to me. It feels like people are either just trying to, you know, make the most inoffensive video possible. Like, just, you know, just repeat whatever people are saying online so that everyone agrees with you. Or the other thing I see a lot is people will like go into a lot of detail on games, and like, you know, at the end of the day, I really just want to know if it's fun. I don't really need to hear about every little mechanic and everything like that. And that's why I try to be more concise with my videos. I see a lot of people online love to criticize modern gaming and say like gaming isn't fun anymore. And like, you know, I do agree with it to some extent. There's a lot of things I don't like about modern gaming, but I also think there's a lot to love about it. And I think there's a lot to love about every era of gaming if you just do some digging, do some research, find some games you like. I'm not trying to say the modern game industry isn't flawed, like it absolutely is. Whoa, what is this? Whoa, okay. Yeah, but like every day I feel like I'm just inching closer and closer to just going full retro, you know, just give up on modern gaming. I mean, there's so many retro games out there. You know, if I just got into retro gaming, I'd never need a new console ever again. There's already a ton of games to play. But you know, I'm still passionate about gaming at the end of the day, and I still like seeing where the industry is going, even if it's not always the best direction. But I don't know, at the same time, like if people are saying like games aren't fun anymore, I would encourage people to just really do like some soul searching, like think like why is gaming not fun to you? Like what could you do to make it more fun, instead of just complaining about like, oh, I'm not really a fan of the games that have been released over the past 4 months. Instead, you could just say like, okay, well, you know, what would make gaming more fun for me? What game would I want to play? And you know, at the end of the day, I'm not very like critical of games, and I'm not saying critique is bad. I feel like games are just supposed to be fun at the end of the day, and that's really what I want to share with people. That's really my mission with this channel, is just to remind you that gaming is fun. I'm the kind of person who could I could spend my afternoon playing this, or I could spend my afternoon playing like, I don't know, Shark Tale on the GameCube, and you know, either way I'd probably have a great afternoon. Like sure, one game is clearly better, this one, but you know, that's not to say I couldn't find my own fun in like a licensed game from the past, or you know, just something that often gets overlooked or whatever. So you know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing on this channel. I'm just gonna talk about games because it's fun and it's exciting for me, and I want to share some of that joy with you guys, because I think we could all use a little bit of joy and positivity in this world, right? Right. Treasure, let's go. What? I can apply perks to my perks? This is insane. Okay, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say about the modern world. Life. Stuff. But you know, I want to leave you all with one last thought, actually, because, I think there's something that, like, perfectly illustrates what I'm talking about here. because if you've been on the YouTube gaming sphere these past few months, you've seen a shift happen. If you were doubting that, you know, like, oh, everything's fake on the internet, that's, you know, that's kind of what I've been saying. If you're doubting that, let me just point you to the modern discourse on the Switch 2, because if you've been on YouTube over the past few months, you've seen how quickly the narrative changed. Like, not just a few months ago, people were talking so much trash about Nintendo and being like, they're evil, they're greedy, they don't care about people, they're trying to burn our crops and poison our water supply. You know, a lot of people were very upset with Nintendo, and, you know, rightfully so. I mean, they've been a little bit more, you know, less consumer friendly with their practices as time goes on. But I want you all to just notice how quickly the narrative shifted from Nintendo is evil to Nintendo is the good guy now. Like, if you go on YouTube and start, like, looking up Nintendo Switch news, you will see a lot of people saying, oh, Nintendo's the good guys now because Sony suddenly got rid of physical media and now Nintendo looks like the good guys by comparison because they're the only gaming company that has a console under the price of $1,000. Notice, you know, nothing changed. Nothing changed. All that changed is what people were saying online, and all the grifters caught, you know, they caught that shift, and they were like, okay, well, now I need to, like, change my opinion and make a video saying, you know, glazing Nintendo. But yeah, to sum up my thoughts on the game so far, Splatoon Raiders, it's great. I'm having a blast. You know, I already loved Salmon Run in the Splatoon 3 and Splatoon 2. That was, like, literally what I would play most of the time, so to have a game that's basically just an expanded version of that is very cool, in my opinion. Yeah, and I think so far the game has done a good job of, like, you know, keeping with the Splatoon theme while also conveying to the player, like, hey, this is something different. Like, there's a lot of new stuff you can do here. Oh, you know, I didn't get to test out the amiibos yet, but I might, I don't know, maybe I'll make a short about that later or something, I don't know. Amiibos don't even do much of that. Like, does anyone care? I don't know. I like buying them because they look nice. I mean, I also like using them too, but, like, whatever, there's not much to do with them. So yeah, that's about all I've got for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all later.